Hey, how's it going, you guys? Scott with Everyday Home Repairs. I want to run you through how to repair an outside corner on your vinyl siding. Now this one, I'm not sure if a car backed into or what, but we have a gaping hole here, which I like to keep the water and moisture out of, but also bugs out of. So I want to get this sealed back up. But like most of you, I don't have an outside corner laying around, so I need to get a new corner that's going to match up, get this watertight, but also how do we approach color matching so it doesn't stand out like a sore thumb. So first, it's good to understand when it comes to a corner piece, what does that actually look like? And this would be a profile view of this corner piece. And I'll tell you why the green is on here, green painter's tape, in a second. So we have a nailer flange that's right here, and that's underneath our horizontal siding pieces. That's actually nailed to your sheathing. Now, unless you wanted to remove all your siding pieces and then take off your old corner piece to get at that nailer flange so you can nail in a new one, unless you want to do that, we're going to have to do some modifications. First, what we're going to do is we're going to modify and remove material from this damaged piece, keeping the nailer flanges on. So that's what those green pieces of tape are. What we're going to keep on this old existing piece is the green pieces. Basically, what would be two J channels, one for each side. So that is the modifications we're going to make. And then for the new piece, I have a new piece right here, which usually come in 10-foot sections, and you can get at pretty much any big box store. Mine is close to the color, so we'll see how that matches up once it's, but we are going to talk about color matching here in just a bit. But for this new piece, the green represents what we want to keep on the new piece. So we're also going to have to modify this new piece, and we're going to be cutting off these nailer flanges for the new piece, and then I'll show you how this new piece will then cap and go on the existing piece, again, without having to disturb our existing siding here. So let's jump into it. We'll do this in two phases, and I'll demo it here focused on this small section right below the damage. First, you're just going to score and remove the majority of the outside corner here. So we'll just cut out that center section because what we need is access inside. Once we have that removed, we'll be able to extend out that utility blade and cut inside this fold because we just want to leave a J channel and we don't want any extra material, or that's going to make it very hard to get our new outside corner on at the end of the project. Take your time. This is a sharp utility knife. Make sure your hand is not in the way, your other hand. Make sure your leg's not in the way, so if that knife comes loose from the vinyl, you don't swipe and cut yourself open. Also, probably a good idea to wear some gloves here, because not only is the utility knife obviously sharp, but this vinyl siding can cut you open as well. So some cut resistant gloves wouldn't be a bad idea. Then you'll just go ahead and do the cut all the way along. If you want to do sections, you can do sections. If you want to do one big cut, that's fine. I'm going to get out my Ford F-150 ladder here so I can access the top of this 9-foot section. Getting everything removed for this existing piece that's on the house. And here's what the finished product looks like. Does not need to be perfect, but this is gonna work. So for this type of job, you probably are gonna wanna get an Olfa 25mm heavy duty. This is a snap-off utility knife, and that extension that you can get is super handy when you need to get into that channel like we did modifying the old outside corner. You could snap it off as you go to make sure you keep a nice sharp blade, which is really going to help you modify your old corner and also your new corner. You can check down below the video. You'll see a link to our Amazon store. In the general tool section, you'll find the Olfa, you'll find my Milwaukee Fastback, and all the other tools I recommend for DIYers. So now let's jump in and modify our new outside corner so we can get it on this house. So I have a new piece in place. I'm gonna work on it off of the tailgate here as a workbench. Now remember, for this new piece, here's what we're looking at. I want to remove this gray section and keep the green. So I want to keep this hook here because that is what's going to hook around that J channel that we left on the side of the house. So those are the modifications that I'm going to do. Take my time, work along it, cut it to length, and then we'll start putting it on the house and getting it in place. So really one pass, I was able to get most of that. Just taking my time and working along that channel. All right, so the first side is done. And then just do a quick little demo with this sample piece. So this is our new piece, here is our modified piece. We're just gonna go through, we're gonna hook the one side, put it around, and then you have your new completed outside corner piece. So this will take a little doing, but what I usually do is start on the top side and try to hook only one side. So I want to completely hook my right side, making sure that it's fully seated over that J-hook I left. Once I have that, then I'm going to use this siding tool, which comes in extremely handy for this vinyl siding project and many others. It's kind of a must-have. And I'm able to use that tool and hook the lip on the new section, making sure that that lip is going around that existing J channel. And that is what's going to ensure that it is actually holding tight to those existing nailing flanges. Without that, it will probably work loose over time and it will not be a fit and finish secure end product. So our outside corner is now all repaired and it looks much, much better, but you can see my color is a little different. So matching color on vinyl siding for replacement pieces is always a huge pain in the butt. So the question is, what do you do? I was able to get pretty close just by what was in stock at my home improvement center, but maybe you can't even get close. So maybe you have now a white piece and you need to get some color on it to get it to match at all. You do have some options. One option is you could change your corner pieces to all white for a white accent, but then you're gonna have to do this to your other corner pieces. So it's just something for you to consider. The second option is actually to paint this. What you do in this instance is I took this piece into my local Sherwin-Williams. You need a quarter size or bigger to make sure you get a good color match. And then I just got an exterior court color match to the siding with a satin finish. Usually you don't want to go too glossy, so the satin finish is what I went with. Now I went with the Latitude series, but that's just because it's a little cooler out and tonight's going to get cold, and this is a little more resilient for painting in cold conditions. So I'm just going to use a low nap roller and get some color on, and we'll see how it looks. So that is all there is to it, and now you can see my color match is much better. Let me know if you guys have any questions down in the comments. There can be a lot of different scenarios when it comes to repairing vinyl siding. I'd be happy to jump in and help you out. Continuing on with improving the exterior of our home, check out this video right here and I'll show you what attachment you should be using for cleaning off your driveway or sidewalk that most homeowners do not have and are doing it wrong. So thanks for joining me on this video, and we'll catch you on that next one. Take care.